Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taci. Și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trece prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial. Restul voia sorții sus mă cheamă propriul destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis. E mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit. Fiindcă avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Ce ale, 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 nu știu ce să aleg, dar ce ale, 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 ale. Nu te teme de moarte că nu-ți mai trăiești viața. Pune zâmbetul pe față dimineața. Du-te, ia legume fresh, fă-ți viața. Pune doar ce trebuie în trupul ăla ca un rasa. Niște mișcare ca să ungă carcasa. Binecuvântare nu e lumea prea rasna. Alegerile noastre ne fac să simțim asta. Atât de multe drumuri eu, yeah. De alei, de alei, de alei, de alei. Dar ce alei, 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 alei.
Știi, avem o singură viață și
nu știu ce să aleg.
merită să ne stresăm în fiecare zi pentru toate mizeriile.
Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. One life, one life. One life, one life, one life. One life, one life, one life, one life. Learn it, love it, live it.
And welcome everyone to another deadline stream just ahead of Gaming 30. Sorry for the delay, thanks a lot for joining so early. We still have a lot of time to discuss until Gaming 30 deadline. Thanks a lot for joining. Ooh, sorry about that. Yeah, so it looks like you can hear me. Thanks a lot for joining. Good morning, good evening. How are you guys? Please let me know in the comments, in the chat. I wanted to say. Maverick Kamal, thanks a lot. Good luck this week also to you. Harshi Abuji81, thanks a lot guys for joining. Hi Dennis, hope you are doing well. Yeah, doing just fine. Really happy that it's weekend. It's Premier League again this weekend, so yeah, really happy about that. Where is Dennis? Dennis is here. This gaming is a headache because of getting sandwiched between UEFA Champions League knockouts. Yeah, probably I'm going to show you my team in a minute, but the sensible thing for me is to just roll this gaming because I don't know, I still need a lot more information to decide what I'm going to do with my chips, with my strategy. So after you see my team, probably you're going to agree with me. This is a good gaming to roll probably, and to not make too many luxury transfers, because a lot of players could be rested. Manchester City, even Arsenal, even Chelsea, Liverpool. We could see some rotation this game. That's what I would say. Even Crystal Palace. Hello, Dennis. Hi, Zones 31. Thanks a lot for joining. So many rotation risks. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. And I have a lot of risks in my team. Don't forget to leave a like, guys, if you enjoyed the stream. If you if you enjoy the content on the channel. How are you doing? How is family and your job going? Pretty well, pretty well. Everything is going fine. Uh, yeah, nothing special to add to. Is going well. Finally, in Romania here is a little bit more warmer now, so the winter is kind of gone, and we have good weather. We have some sun now, so yeah, it's feeling better. It's Hello, Dennis. Hi, Ropey. Thanks a lot for joining. Hi, Akhil Syed. Really good to see you here again. Also, how are you doing? Um, so yeah, let me just move to my team and not yet. Let me just start. Yeah, let's just start the countdown now. Yeah, finally we're okay. Exactly 2 hours till deadline. So yeah, this is currently how my team is lining up. I didn't make any transfers this week. Probably I'm just going to roll. I just need to decide which players I'm going to bench and which players I'm going to start. 2 free transfers, 0.2 million in the bank. I could do some things. I could sell someone like Munoz. I could sell someone like Dorgu. But other than that, I think that my team is fine. Really happy that I have 3 Liverpool players against Spurs at home. Yeah, I still need to decide about my captaincy. Currently, it's definitely between Bruno Fernandes, Haaland, and Ekitike. Now, we're going to discuss probably about the captaincy a lot today. At the moment, he's currently on Bruno Fernandes just because I think that he's the safest one, and probably he's the safest one regarding minutes. Haaland, Ekitike, I could see some reductions in minutes. Again, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Haaland could be on the bench. He could be rested. He could play just 60 minutes. Same with Ekitike. Could Liverpool win against Spurs without Ekitike? Yeah, of course they can, but uh, I'm still expecting them to start for what's worth. Do you think O'Reilly starts? Again, same as Haaland probably. Now, there are a lot of scenarios you could think about. Man City lost to Real Madrid 3-0. Maybe they're going to focus more on Premier League now, but obviously they still have a chance, although it's a slim chance to go through to the in the Champions League. So I don't think that they are going to, I don't know, put a squad B against Real Madrid. So it's really tough to predict what's going to happen. We're going to take a look maybe in a minute about to see some predictions because that's all I can give you. I would expect O'Reilly to start, but again, I'm not Pep Guardiola, so I can't guarantee you that. You should start Anderson over Rogers. Probably, I agree with you. Probably, uh, but again, Anderson. Yeah, Elliot Anderson is. I don't. Again, he scored against Manchester City. I don't think that he's going to score every game. And if he's not going to score, he's most likely going to get you a 3, 4, 5 pointer probably every game, which is fine. But I just think that although I know it's really frustrating to own Morgan Rogers, but I just can't bring myself to bench Rogers and play Elliot Anderson. It just feels a little bit boring. I think that Rogers has the upside here, but yeah, Pep is popular for uncertainty in FPL. Yeah, of course, especially now that they're playing 3 in 3 days, different competitions, Champions League. So, I mean, again, usually with players like Haaland, we know for sure that they are likely to start. Now, obviously, if you have someone like Cherky, if you have Semenyo, if you have Doku, all these players could be rotated, but all these players could just start. So again, nobody's trying here to predict what Pep Guardiola is going uh, to do. Looking sharp today. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Start Enzo or Rogers. Enzo is playing against Newcastle away. Probably I would start Rogers because he doesn't play in the Champions League, although he play in Europa League. But probably I would start Rogers. Rogers is blanking or make a transfer to Semenyo. Yeah, I'm not going to sell Rogers. At least I know that he has a fixture in Gaming 31 and he has a good fixture, I think, against West Ham. So I kept Rogers all this time. I'm just going to keep him for 2 game weeks at least, see what's going to happen in Gaming 31 and Gaming 32, and then decide if I'm going to use my wildcard or whichever strategy I'm going to adopt. Hi Dennis, rolling this week, but have a benching headache with Wilson and Munoz. I think both will start. Which one would you bench? I probably would start Wilson. I think, again, Stewart, Fletcher, thanks a lot for joining the stream, by the way. I'm not sure. I think that both of them are doubts. At the moment, I'm debating if I should start Munoz or not, because I think that there's a good case Munoz is just going to be on the bench against Leeds because they have a really important game in Conference League. And probably Munoz is going to start in that game for sure. So I could see some reduced minutes for Munoz. And with Wilson, again, he's also a doubt. Probably I would start Wilson because he's the attacker, but I wouldn't be surprised if both of them are going to be on the bench. And also, I wouldn't be surprised if both of them are going to start. So probably that's not helping you at all, Stuart. No, I think Enzo is playing at home. You used any card till now? I used my triple captain on Gabriel. Yes, I still have my Freed, my bench boost, and my wild card. Now my initial strategy was to wildcard in Gaming 32, bench boost 33, Freed Gaming 34, but I'm just going to wait to see how all the cup competitions are going to go. There is still a chance Man City and Crystal Palace could play in Gaming 31. It's a slim chance, but let's say if Man City are going to go out of the Champions League, which is possible, and Crystal Palace are also going to go out from the Conference League, their fixture could remain in Gaming 31. So I need more information before deciding my strategies. Hi Beachkov, hi Faze Sports, Simon Lee, thanks a lot for joining, guys. Really appreciate it. Hopefully everyone is doing fine. Which 3 should start out of these 5? I don't see them, Ropey. Why not Ekitike captain? He was rested against Wolves in the cup, so he will have good minutes. Probably, but again, he played against Galatasaray in the Champions League. He's definitely going to start against Galatasaray on Wednesday. Ekitike is a good captaincy option. I'm still debating. Currently, I'm between Bruno Fernandes and Ekitike, I think, but at the moment, it's on Bruno Fernandes just because of the safety of minutes. But Ekitike, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to go for him. But I wouldn't be surprised if his minutes are not going to be amazing. He played, I think, 90 minutes against Galatasaray also. Good afternoon, mate. I'm probably gonna be busy during deadline. Need to make a decision now. Good luck, Simon Lee. Captain Ekitike or Salah? That's a really tough question. Now, again, at the moment in the community, a lot of people are thinking Salah is going to be on the bench. Personally, I think that Salah is going to start, and personally, I think that if you have Ekitike and Salah, probably I'm just going to say what I would probably do if I had both Ekitike and Salah. Probably I would captain Mohamed Salah. Probably I would risk it a little bit. But if you ask me which one is more safer for minutes, I would say Ekitike. Which 3 should start out of these 5? Anderson, Mbeumo, O'Reilly, Dango. If you have Mbeumo, I would start Mbeumo for sure. Mbeumo, Dango, and Elliot Anderson maybe, or O'Reilly if you're sure about his minutes. Again, Dango and Mbeumo, I would start them definitely, and then between Elliot Anderson and O'Reilly, just pick your champion. Say if you want to go safe, go Elliot Anderson. If not, just go O'Reilly for the upside. My team is Kelleher, Gabriel, Hill, Van Dijk, Fernandes, Mbeumo, Rice, Wilson, Anderson, Haaland, Thiago, Dubravka, Munoz, Chalobah, Mane, 0 free transfers. Your team looks fine. Your team looks fine. If you, I don't know, want to start Munoz, if you want to risk Munoz instead of Elliot Anderson, but probably not worth it, yeah, your team looks okay. Luca Di Gabriel also, thanks a lot for joining. Should I sell Haaland and replace him with João Pedro and sell Rogers for Wirtz, or just roll the transfer and sort out my team next week? Probably I would just roll, because I know Rogers was frustrating, but you're selling him to Wirtz, who, again, even Florian Wirtz could be on the bench. Again, I have Florian Wirtz in my team, so definitely I'm going to start him. But to sell Haaland and Rogers to João Pedro and Florian Wirtz, who, I don't know, João Pedro and Wirtz could have reduced minutes. Now Haaland also could have reduced minutes, but I think that I would just roll Luca De Gabriel personally. If, I don't know, just selling Haaland for João Pedro, I don't think that's worth it, honestly. Because what happens if City have a fixture in Gaming 31? Haaland is just better than João Pedro. I know that he was not amazing in the last few game weeks, but Haaland is still a better FPL pick than João Pedro. And if you're not doing something with the money, I don't know, for example, if you could do Haaland to Ekitike and upgrade Dewsbury Hall to Mohamed Salah, maybe I would consider it in that case, because I just think that it's a huge upgrade. But selling Haaland to João Pedro and Rogers to Florian Wirtz, who, again, I know that the fixture is amazing against Spurs, but yeah, and I like Wirtz. I like Wirtz as a player, but yeah. Let's just move a little bit, guys, to Twitter and see. Let's see what happened in the press conferences, because yeah, I just feel like I was a little bit detached from FPL. And also, guys, send me your team on Twitter. I see that Hallotsville, hi, and welcome to the stream if you're here. Some of you already sent me the teams. Hey, Dennis, start Wilson or Rogers, Captain Haaland or Ekitike. Probably I would start Wilson. I would risk starting Wilson, but again, there is a little risk there. Wilson could be on the bench and he could play just 10 minutes for Fulham. But again, if you want to go super safe, just start Rogers. But yeah, other than that, your team looks really fine. Semenyo, Haaland, Wirtz, Ekitike, Thiago. Your team looks amazing, Herlotsville, at least on paper. And I think that if I had Wilson, I would risk it. And Simon Lee, 3 free transfer, still unsure of moves. Now, let me just look at your team and see. Van Dijk, Gabriel, Munoz is perfectly fine. You have also Chalobah. Yeah, I would not make a defensive transfer probably. Semenyo, Bruno, Dango, Wilson, Thiago, Ekitike, Haaland. Yeah, I would just roll. I would just roll with this team, because Wilson, you want to have him for Gaming 31 against Burnley. If you want to sell Munoz, you could do that to a heel, but it's not worth it, I think, from my point of view. Option 2, Haaland plus Enzo Lefebvre to João Pedro and Salah captain. Bench Wilson. Haaland to João Pedro and roll 2. Haaland to João Pedro, I would not do this move, because I just think that Haaland is a better pick than João Pedro. Just to do Haaland to João Pedro, I don't think that's worth it. Chasing 21 points in my mini league. Now, option 2, it really depends how different you want to go, because I don't see any problem with your team. But for an example, if you're chasing in your mini league and you want to go for Salah captain, just do that. Just do that. But you know that there is a risk with Salah. Now, he's not in the best form. Everybody knows that. His minutes are not like they were in the last few seasons. We saw he was hooked up out after 60 minutes against Galatasaray. I still think that he's going to start, but you just need to know, Simon Lee, that there is a risk with Mohamed Salah. But I like those transfers. Haaland to João Pedro and Enzo Lefebvre to Salah captain. If you want to go different, if you want to chase the upside, I don't mind it. But if you still want to play it a little bit more safe, I see nothing wrong with your team. Hey Dennis, hi, Carlos Weil, thanks a lot for joining. Good to see you here again. Hopefully you're doing fine. Xavier Sepi, thanks a lot for joining. Hi Dennis, start two of Richards, Hill and Rogers. Definitely you need to start Hill against Burnley, and then between Richards and Rogers, usually I would start Rogers. Because Crystal Palace were not amazing defensive wise anyway, but it's a good fixture for Richards. So yeah, I don't know. In most case scenarios, I would start Rogers instead of Richards. But if we're talking about this year, probably Richards and Hill and bench Rogers. But in the reverse fixture against Man United, just remember, guys, Rogers got 15 points, I think, something like that. Twitter link, yeah, just a second. You have it in my description, but I'm going to give you the link here. Laszlo, Tanuj Aurora. Hey Dennis, good morning. Have two free transfers. Verbruggen, Timber, Gabriel, Hill, Munoz, Rice, Bruno, Rogers, Haaland, Ekitike, Bench, Dubravka, Calvert-Lewin, Wilson, Dewsbury Hall. Thoughts? I would just roll probably. If you want to start Wilson if you want to risk Wilson instead of Rogers, that's fine, Tanuj Aurora, but your team looks fine. I don't think that I would make any moves. Uh, I just think that we need a lot of more information. I just think that the best strategy right now is to try to save transfers if you can. Hi Dennis, start Krupi or Hill or Wilson. I think that I would start Hill personally because Hill is the only one I'm sure he's going to start. Hello Dennis man, what's up? Hi Biplov, thanks a lot for joining. I'm doing good. Hopefully you're doing the same. Thinking of maybe doing Calvert-Lewin to João Pedro and Munoz to a Brentford defender. Like, I wouldn't go for a Brentford defender, honestly. I just think that it's too much of a headache. You just don't know who's going to start between Vandenberg, Collins, and Ayer. I just think that's a Andy Luis Potter also. You don't know if he's going to start or how his minutes are going to be. I don't know. If Munoz is starting, he's an amazing pick this week, but again, we have some doubts around him also. Hi, Bercules. Hey, Dennis, how is going? Happy Saturday. Should I start Enzo or Wilson? Bercules, I think that I would risk it with Wilson. If you want to go safe, just start Enzo. Other than that, probably I would risk it. Thanks a lot for following, guys. So let's just go through a little bit to see what happened in the press conferences. If there's anything important to point out. I also have Lefebvre and Wilson. Would you start either of them over Rogers? As I said before, Xavier, again, with Wilson, it really depends how sure you are he's going to start. If you want to start Wilson, you just need to know that there is a risk he could be on the bench and not start and play just 10 minutes off the bench. So you could risk it with Wilson. I think that he's in better form. He has a better fixture than Rogers. And also Enzo Lefebvre is on penalties. So probably I would start Wilson over Rogers, but that's just what I would do. If you want to go safe, just start Enzo Lefebvre or Rogers. Start two out of Anderson, Wilson, Rogers, Calvert-Lewin. I think that with Calvert-Lewin, with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, there is a doubt. Tanuj Aurora, so probably I wouldn't start him. Anderson is also a doubt. Wilson is a doubt. So start two, probably Rogers and Wilson. Sell Rogers to Dango Tavernier. Sharap, if you held Rogers all these fixtures, I think that I wouldn't sell him personally because he has a good fixture in Gaming 31. So yeah, kinda that's it. But if you wanna sell him, probably I would sell him to Tavernier. but I just don't think that I would use a transfer on that because Tavernier is also going to play against Man United in Gaming 31. So you have the same fixtures basically for Rogers and Tavernier in the next two. Matty Cash is also a doubt for this gaming, but maybe he's going to be back for Gaming 31. Crystal Palace. So Oliver Glasses is quite hopeful that Munoz will recover from a shoulder injury to feature. Take it as you want. He could be on the bench, he could start. Mateta made his comeback as a substitute in the UEFA Conference League. So yeah, kind of that is with Crystal Palace. Arsenal have no fresh injuries from the draw with Bayer Leverkusen. With Fulham, Harry Wilson is likely to be in contention for Sunday's clash with Nottingham Forest. Now, that doesn't mean nothing really. He could be on the bench, he could be out of the squad completely, but he's in contention, so he could start at the same time, which is annoying, I know. One of the players, we still have some doubts. They're going to be ready or not, or fully fit for the game, but Harry Wilson, it looks as though he's going to be ready. From Spurs, again, probably everybody knows, but a lot of players are injured from Spurs, so that just makes Liverpool players a little bit better. Romero is going to be out, Palhinha is going to be out, Bissouma is going to be out, Van de Ven is also suspended, so Spurs are going to be out with a lot of players, and yeah, this is just a really good fixture for Liverpool, so I understand why a lot of people are buying Liverpool players. Really happy I have 3 myself. Already for Manchester United, not a lot of interesting things. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is a more minor concern. So yeah, he's a doubt for Gaming 30 at least. Pep Guardiola confirmed that Erling Haaland is fit. Not like we knew before that Erling Haaland was fit. So yeah. Braithwaite should be good to go for Everton. Some injuries again, some concerns about Mitoma. Arne Slot is hopeful that Alisson will return for Gaming 30. Yeah, Isak, Endo, Bradley, Leone out. Have one free transfer. Is it worth Krupi Jr. to Ekitike or roll and play Hill? I mean, if you have the money to go from Krupi to Ekitike, I think that's a really good transfer. But probably I would just roll and play Hill personally. I just think that rolling the transfer is much more important than just going Krupi to Ekitike because you have a good player to play anyway. You have Hill against Burnley, which is the best fixture you can get this season. So yeah, Anthony Gordon feels better after his midweek illness. Yeah, so kind of this is with the injury news, I think. Mukiele Reinildo will once again miss out in Gaming 30 if you still have them from Sunderland. So yeah, that's it kinda. Play Rogers or Dominic Calvert-Lewin? I would play Rogers because with Dominic Calvert-Lewin he's a doubt, so I'm not even sure if he's going to start, so I wouldn't risk it. With Rogers, I know for sure that he's going to start. Hi Denis, how are you? Long time no see. Hi Emery fam, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Yeah, it feels like forever since game week 29. And I got a little bit distracted, I think, out of FPL. It's just a strange season, I think, at the moment. David Nekovar, also thanks a lot for joining. Hello, Denis. Have a nice day. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Also, have a nice day. I have one question. In goal, Hosesa or Verbruggen? Thank you very much. So, Hosesa against Brentford or Verbruggen against Sunderland? Let me just see. So, Verbruggen against Sunderland away or Hosesa against Brentford away? Personally, I think that I would play Verbruggen. I think that I would go for Verbruggen there, but it's not too much into it. Maybe you have also players like Thiago Dango, so in that case, just don't play Hosesa, I guess. Do you think Palmer and Pedro will start? Personally, yes. I think that Palmer and João Pedro are going to start, but again, we could see some rotation, but at the same time, Chelsea lost 5-2 to PSG, and they are fighting to get UCL spots in the Premier League for next year. So I think that this is a really important game for them against Newcastle. So I think that Palmer and João Pedro are going to start, yeah, basically. But I wouldn't be surprised if we will going to see some rotation, some minutes reduced. I think in the press conference, DCL was confirmed fit and training. I mean, what I saw before in the press conference that again, Farke said the coach said that his DCL is likely to recover, but again, he's still more of a doubt than Morgan Rogers, I would say, Ahil Sayed. So yeah, if you want to risk it, I have no problems with that. But it's not like Leeds have an amazing fixture against Crystal Palace away anyway. And also Aston Villa against Man United. I can see Aston Villa getting some goals there. Best captain this week out of Bruno, Thiago, Haaland. This week there are a lot of good captaincy options. Ekitike, Salah, Bruno, Haaland. Probably I wouldn't captain Thiago personally. It's between Haaland and Bruno for me. And if you want to go safer, probably just go for Bruno. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if Haaland is starting and he's scoring 2-3 goals. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But it really depends what you think about the Haaland minutes. Is he going to be bench? Is he going to be playing just? Is he going to have his minutes managed a little bit maybe ahead of Real Madrid? It's really tough to predict. Manchester City this game week. My captain is Ekitike. Is it good? Yeah, Ekitike is a really good captaincy option. And I kind of myself, maybe I'm going to go for Ekitike. At the moment, I'm on Bruno just because of safety, but yeah. Kedarnath Full, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Once we transfer Verbruggen, Gabriel, Virgil van Dijk, O'Reilly, Tavernier, Belmont, Bruno, Stach, Haaland, Thiago, Ekitike, bench Dubravka, Alderete, Chow, and Jay. How about playing bench boost? I mean, it's not a bad bench boost. But also Everton. Who are Everton playing? Everton are playing against Arsenal, so probably wouldn't bench boost. But it's not a bad bench boost, definitely. Kedarnath Full is just Chow is playing against Chelsea, Jay against Arsenal, Dubravka against Bournemouth, and Alderete against Brighton. It's okay, but I don't know. I think that you're going to have a better bench boost maybe in the future. Hi Dennis, hi Kuler, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Start to bench order for Hill, Anderson, and Anderson. I would definitely start Hill, and then Elliot Anderson, and then Joaquim Anderson. As you typed there, that's my order. Thanks. I know it's very close call between those keepers. Yeah, it's a close call. Now, if you have some players, as I said before, from Bramford, it's maybe easier for you to just not play Jose Sa. Again, if you ask me which one is more likely to concede, I would say Jose Sa against Bramford than Verbruggen against Sunderland, because I just think that Sunderland are not amazing attacking wise. Will Munoz start? How about Harry Wilson? They are doubts again. Munoz is likely to be fine, but he could be rested because they have a really important game midweek in the Conference League. So at the moment, I'm starting Munoz. I'm risking it, and Wilson the same. They are doubts. They could start. Yeah, I can give you a guarantee on either of one. No McAllister. Uh, Now this is just a prediction. As you can see, Soboslai is 60%. McAllister could be there. Soboslai could play right back, and McAllister could play instead of Soboslai. So yeah, this is just a prediction. In terms of a lot of teams, we could see some rotation this week because it's before European games. I would say I wouldn't be surprised if Salah is going to be on the bench. I wouldn't be surprised if Gakpo is going to be on the bench. I think that Rio and Moha could start also in this fixture. So yeah. Hi Kola, thanks a lot for joining. Want to transfer Rogers to Soboslai. I only have Van Dijk. Or bench Rogers and start Collins. Then roll free transfer to get Wirtz next week. Or just start Rogers and roll free transfer. It seems Collins is back. With just one free transfer, I think that I would just roll. I know that maybe it's looking like Soboslai is going to score 10 goals against Spurs, but I'm just not sure about that. And Rogers, again, what can I say? I know he was rubbish in the last few game weeks. I owned him for the last 6-7 game weeks, but Rogers could just do something in the next two fixtures, and I'm just not sure if it's worth to sell Rogers to Soboslai. And to get Wirtz next game week, I think that's a little bit too late. Maybe this is the best fixture against Spurs. So probably I would just roll Collins again. Probably I would just start Rogers instead of Collins personally. But if you're sure about Collins starting against Wolves, you could start him. Rogers is frustrating me, and I think getting a Liverpool attacker versus Tottenham is essential. No, it's not essential. It's good. It's a really good feature, but suddenly I just think that I don't know. Everybody is thinking Spurs are a better fixture than Burnley at home, and it's just not like this. And I know that for Liverpool, this is a must-win game. Basically, if they want to get top 4, top 5, and Spurs are going to be without a lot of attack, without a lot of players, basically in this fixture, and they are playing horribly at the moment. So yeah, if you can get some Liverpool players, it's nice, but it's not essential. It's not essential to buy Salah. It's not essential to buy Kitike. It's not essential to buy Soboslai. So yeah, this is the predicted lineup for Chelsea against Newcastle. Hi Ibrahim. Hi Ali. Thanks a lot for joining. Hopefully you're doing fine. Really good to see you here again. Really Hill over Anderson mid. Yeah, yeah, because I think that Burnley is just a better fixture. I think that Burnley is a better fixture, and Hill is also good for defensive contributions. Elliot Anderson is also good for defensive contributions, and I just don't think that Elliot Anderson is going to score every game. So probably I would start Hill over Elliot Anderson. Maybe that's just me. You don't need to do what I'm saying, but if I had both, I would just start. I'm starting Rogers over Elliot Anderson, so you can judge me. But yeah, but that's just how I like to play. Again, my rank is not amazing this season. I want to take some risk. I think that Morgan Rogers has more upside than Elliot Anderson. But yeah, this is another prediction with Rion Gumoha starting and Gakpo being on the bench. Now, I think that Gakpo is going to start. I think that Gakpo is going to start in this fixture because he didn't start against Galatasaray. Manchester United, no surprises here. And if we look at let's see Manchester City odds. So for Manchester City, gaming 30, O'Reilly 50%, Haaland 75%. So again, we don't have any guarantees about uh, Semenyo 50% also here, Doku 25. Where is Cherky? Cherky 50. So basically everyone is 50%. This is chance of starting, guys. Uh, Let me just see where is Liverpool here. So for Liverpool, Soboslai 100%, Van Dijk 100%, Wirtz 68%, so not amazing. Ekitike 100%, he's going to start. Salah 95% for anyone with some doubts around Mohamed Salah. Now again, these are just predictions. We don't know. Let's move a little bit back to my team. Now, this is my team currently. As I said before, probably I'm just going to roll because, for an example, if Munoz is not going to feature, I have Alderete off my bench. So hopefully not too many rotations are going to happen in my team. With Thiago, Haaland, Ekitike, I'm pretty convinced. Wirtz, Bruno Fernandes, Rogers, Dango. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about this pair starting. Maybe Florian Wirtz, a little bit of a doubt. I have Elliot Anderson on my bench. Now, I'm just going to make a poll to see what would you do, guys, if you were in my place. Who would you start in my team? Munoz, Alderete. Let's say Munoz or Alderete first. Munoz again. Alderete, I think that he's a really good option. But I just think that if Munoz is starting, he has a better fixture, I would say. And also, we know with Munoz how attacking he is. So I would like to start Munoz, but I don't mind starting also Alderete. Definitely, he's the safer option who's likely going to start and good for DEFCON. Now, with Munoz, he could be on the bench and just play 20 minutes, and that would be a killer. But it is a risk I'm willing to take at the moment, at least. And also, I'm going to make probably a poll later. Which one would you start, Rogers or Elliot Anderson? Although I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would just start Elliot Anderson over Rogers. Hi, the Spirographer. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Bench, Virgil, or O'Reilly. I would play Virgil van Dijk, I think. I think that I would play Van Dijk. Sorry. Now, again, my reasons. Hands up, I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not 100% sure Liverpool are going to keep a clean sheet because somehow Liverpool find a way to concede a goal. But with Van Dijk, you know that he's better for DEFCON. He's safe to play. He's going to play 90 minutes probably. He's attacking threat. Now you don't need me to tell you about these things. And again, Spurs are in a really bad moment at the moment. They are going to be without a lot of their defenders. We could see some attacking returns for Virgil van Dijk. And another reason is obviously with O'Reilly, I would say it's a 50 50 if he's going to start or not for Manchester City, and you just don't know that. So if you want to take the risk with O'Reilly, definitely he has probably more upside, just like someone like Munoz over Van Dijk. But I just think that in this case, for my team, for an example, I would try to compare them with Munoz and Alderete. So with Alderete, I know that he's going to start, just like Van Dijk. And at the moment, I'm taking the risk with Munoz. But I think that the difference between Van Dijk and O'Reilly is not that huge, like Munoz and Alderete. If all four these players are going to start, I think that Van Dijk and O'Reilly, the difference is not that big in what they are capable of doing. So yeah, probably I will start Van Dijk. Is Tavernier good? Yeah, he's good, but again, it doesn't mean you need to buy him right now. He plays against Burnley, obviously. He's on penalties. This is a really good entry point. I mean, he plays against Burnley, but I would, as I said before, I think that it's really important to try to save some transfers if you can. Because, for example, I could do Rogers to Tavernier, but I'm just not going to use a transfer to sell Rogers to Tavernier or anything like that. Now, if you need that player to play, then yeah, Tavernier is a good transfer in. Haaland to Pedro and Rice to Salah, to free transfers. I like that. Probably a lot of people are thinking about doing this. A lot of people done that probably last game week. Get Advani. Again, I don't want to repeat myself, but with Mohamed Salah, this is not the best moment to buy him, and I don't want to lie to you about that. This is just if you want to go a little bit more different, and you don't mind selling Haaland, because let's say if City are going to blank in gaming 31, you know that at least with Mohamed Salah for the next three, he's going to play against Tottenham, Brighton, and another decent fixture, I think, in gaming 32. And with Haaland, he's going to play against West Ham, blank gaming 31, and I think that Chelsea in gaming 32. So over the next three fixtures, Salah could outscore Haaland. That's a possibility. And also João Pedro is a good transfer. I would say I think that he's okay, but it's not a must to do it this week at the same time, because Haaland against West Ham, Rice against Everton, it's perfectly fine to just keep them if you don't know what to do and if you want to save those transfers. Because as I said before, the free transfers are going to be important down the line, because after each game week we're going to get more and more information, and the image is going to be clear to see if City Palace are going to blank 31. Maybe we could see a double game week in game week 32 for Palace and Manchester City, to see which teams are going to blank in 34, which teams are going to double in 33. So, it's important also to roll the transfers, but if you want to go different, yeah, I don't mind selling Haaland and Rice, because Rice is also going to miss game week 31. So, but just be aware, Salah is not the same Mohamed Salah we saw in the last 7-8 years for Liverpool, and he's also not immune to rotation this season. It's looking like. So yeah. Also, guys, don't forget to leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here, if you enjoy the content. Check also the memberships. Okay, so from the poll, we got 5 votes, and at the moment Alderete is winning. Okay, so you guys are more safer than me. Are you making any transfers this week? Probably not, Ibrahim Ayali, because I think that my team is okay. I have some good bench coverage. I have Elliot Anderson at the moment. I have Alderete. If, let's say, Munoz is not going to feature, so I'm okay. And as I said before, I think that prioritizing rolling, for me at least, because at the moment I don't know which strategy I'm going to adapt. My initial strategy was to wildcard gaming 32. Now that could change uh, depending on which information we're going to get, which teams are going to double, which teams are going to blank. Let's see if Man City Palace are going to blank 31. Let's see if there is a chance of a double game week in game week 32. So I think that I'm just going to roll the transfer, because I just don't know what I'm going to do with my strategy in the future. And I think that my team is okay. Next game week, I'm going to make a transfer probably, because I have Dorgu, Haaland, Gabriel, and Munoz who are probably going to blank, so I need to make one transfer. And also, if I was to make a transfer, I would like to go to Joachim Anderson, but at the moment I'm just not sure if he's going to start. So I want to have him for Burnley in Gaming 31. So probably, yeah, I'm not going to make a transfer this week. I'm happy. I have Ekitike, I have Thiago, I have Haaland. So yeah, I could do Haaland to João Pedro, but which other player I'm going to buy? I have 3 Liverpool already. I'm not going to sell Beard to Salah. I could go for Palmer, but is that worth it? Yeah, I'm not sure. So probably I'm just going to roll. I really hope that Munoz could feature in this game because he was trolling me for a lot of time already. Should I do Rogers to Wirtz? I don't think so. I don't think so because it could be a risk. It could be a risk with Florian Wirtz. Now I have him. I kept him for the last 3-4 fixtures when he didn't feature, and I'm just going to start him. But even Florian Wirtz could be on the bench in this fixture. So again, if you want to take a risk, yeah, of course, Florian Wirtz, if he's going to start, I think that this is a really great fixture. And for what's worth, I think that he's going to start, but that's just my opinion. Now, Rogers has also a good fixture in Gaming 31, so is it worth selling Rogers to Wirtz? I don't know. I don't know. Ibrahim, personally, I don't think that I would do that transfer if I didn't own Wirtz, but that's just my opinion. Now, let's move and see some I forgot the word. Projections. Yes. So, yeah. Maybe this is going to help you a little bit with your benching headaches. Projected FPL points from Rob TFPL. Mohamed Salah is predicted to score the most points this gaming, which is funny because a lot of people also think that Salah is going to be on the bench. So, yeah, take that risk if you want. Take that risk. I don't mind it. For what's worth, if I didn't have, if I had Rice instead of Florian Wirtz in my team, probably I would just sell Haaland and buy Mohamed Salah. But since I have already 3 Liverpool players, it's not worth it to swap between them. So Salah, Bruno, Palmer, Gabriel, Ekitike, Haaland, Thiago, Mbeumo, Rice. Rice also with a good projection here. Soboslai, Tavernier, Shade, Dango, João Pedro, Van Dijk. Palmer also really up here on the list. Maybe Enzo to Sobo. I mean, I like that. Yeah, I think that I prefer Soboslai to Enzo. If you have a lot of free transfers, if you don't mind using them, yeah, I think that Soboslai is a better pick probably than Enzo for the next two, and maybe for the future in general. But yeah, it's not a transfer you need to force. I think that Enzo is also fine, but yeah, I prefer Soboslai than Enzo Fernandez. Man United here with a really big projection to keep a clean sheet. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Uh, so market goal projections. Haaland, Thiago, Ekitike here on the first three. Hi XTI, thanks a lot for joining. Really good to see you here. Hopefully you're doing fine. Joining late today, no problem. Is the captain chatter? Why do a lot of people prefer Bruno to Haaland as a captain? I mean, personally, I'm at the moment I'm thinking about switching Bruno to Ekitike. Now, the reason is simple. With Bruno Fernandes, you're safe. You know that he's going to play 90 minutes, and with Erling Haaland, you just don't know what's going to happen. Could he be rested? Could he play just 60 minutes? Uh, could he play 90 minutes? Of course, but you just there's a lot of uncertainty about Erling Haaland. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. With Bruno Fernandes, it's just a safer pick. That's why a lot of people are captaining Bruno Fernandes. Now, Bruno Fernandes is also himself a pretty decent pick in FPL, regardless. And Erling Haaland was pretty bad in the last few fixtures. I think it's a lot. There are a lot of things why people are moving from Haaland. A lot of people are selling Haaland to buy Salah, which sounds a little bit interesting. Is there any info about Wilson? It's just he's in contention and he's expected to be ready to play. Now, if Harry Wilson is going to start or not, I can't. Sadly, I can't give you a guarantee about that. That's the problem, Ibrahim Ali. But at least for Gaming 31 against Burnley, I think that Wilson is most likely going to be fit and he's going to start. He's a doubt. That's the thing. But yeah. Are there worries about Haaland's minutes? Thanks as always. I mean, yeah, there are some worries about Haaland's minutes, I would say. Gotcha, thank you. A lot of worries, I would say, regarding teams like Chelsea, Liverpool, City. They are playing in Champions League. They're going to play the second leg midweek. So we could see some rotation, some minutes being managed from all these teams in general. And with Manchester United, you know that Bruno Fernandes, because they are not in Europe or anyway, you know that he's going to play 90 minutes. Hello, got to go to work soon. Any important info I missed, or should I just do Palmer to Salah now? As I said before, Poyjul, probably I would just play Palmer personally. I don't think that I would do Palmer to Salah, but yeah, if you want to do it for the upside, if you want to go different, although Palmer is himself a huge differential, yeah, I don't mind going for Mohamed Salah. But other news at the moment, no. And probably we're not going to get any news because not a lot of important teams are going to play in the first fixtures. Um, do you think I start Krupi or Dewsbury Hall? Personally, I think that I would risk with Krupi against Burnley than to start Dewsbury Hall against Arsenal. Hi, Crystal27. Thanks a lot for joining. No question this time. Just enjoy your live. Thanks a lot, Crystal. Really appreciate you joining the stream. Yeah, hopefully you're enjoying it. And yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I'm not even going to ask anything. It feels like everything is a coin flip this gaming. My captain is on Ekitike for now. Slayers Irex, I agree with you. I agree with you. Again, with all the information we got, City getting beaten by Real Madrid, PSG winning against Chelsea. It's just we just don't know exactly which teams are going to double Gaming 33, which teams are going to blank. Is there a chance Man City and Palace could still remain in Game Week 31 and not blank. So, as I said before, probably the best advice I can give you guys this Game Week is to try to roll the transfers if you can. At least that's what I'm going to do, because I don't know. I think that there's a lot of uncertainty, and I want to be prepared for what's going to happen from next game week onwards. Okay, appreciate it, mate. Thanks a lot, AVB Fanatic. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. So, yeah, a lot of uncertainty. Tottenham here with the least chance of keeping a clean sheet. So, and Liverpool obviously with projected to score the most goals this gaming. So it's really just tempting me more and more to just captain Ekitike, because what is there to lose? If I'm not going to captain Haaland, why just not go for Ekitike? Go full crazy. Um, 1 hour till the deadline. Dominic was obviously out for a few days. He was back in gym training, but I'm carefully optimistic he will be available. There's still a doubt how he reacts. So again, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is just a doubt for this gaming, but he could just be fine. Yeah, okay, so nothing yet. Let's just move back to my team. So let's see how the poll is doing. So 79% to play Munoz over Alderete. Good. Start Lefe or Wilson. Usually I would start Wilson probably if he was 100% fit. Now, because he's a doubt, you could start Lefe, considering that he could also be on penalties. I mean, I know that it's looking like he's sharing the penalty with his colleague, but I don't know. Lefe or Wilson? If you're, again, as I said before, if you trust the minutes, if you're convinced that Harry Wilson is going to start, I would start Wilson. If not, yeah, just start Lefe. Or if you want to risk it with Wilson, that's also okay. Liweli Salom, thanks a lot for joining the stream also. Any baseball fans in here? Yeah, not me, but yeah. Honestly, I'm not going to learn the rules of baseballs. I think that is too late for me. It's too late for me to learn the rules. And yeah, probably my timeline zone doesn't really help with watching baseball anyway. So yeah, it feels like a more chill deadline, I would say. I've been impressed watching Alderete this year. For such a low price, he's great value. Munoz attacking upside feels higher though. Yeah, I mean, at least in the last two fixtures or three fixtures, if you didn't. So, guys, Alderete got over 20 defensive contributions. Now, maybe that's because they're missing Mukiele, and now Alderete is getting all the def cons. Uh, yeah, I don't mind playing Alderete. I played him against Leeds last game week, and he got me 7 points. So yeah, but that price, honestly, he's a really good option. Now, yeah, it's just if I knew Munoz was 100% starting, I wouldn't be thinking even about who am I going to start because yeah, Munoz. Again, the chances of a clean sheet, I think, Crystal Palace compared to Sunderland are not is not such a big difference if those teams are going to keep a clean sheet, and also with Munoz you have the attacking potential. So yeah, it would just be a dream if Munoz could score or maybe get some attacking returns in game week 30. That would be amazing for me. But yeah, this year taught me to not have a lot of expectations because in so many game weeks I had a really good team on paper, and at the end of the game week I got a red arrow somehow. So yeah, I'm trying to lower a little bit my expectations. Uh, and yeah, if Elliot Anderson decides to score again on my bench, so be it. Would you do Mbeumo to Tavernier and Guyo to João Pedro for free? Uh, I mean, if you have a lot of free transfers and you don't know what to do with them and you don't want to roll to I don't know, be more flexible in the future gamings, I don't mind it. Definitely, I think that Tavernier and João Pedro is definitely a big upgrade on Mbeumo and Marguyo because one of them is not playing anyway. So yeah, I like those transfers. It's just that is it worth it for your team? On your it really depends on your chip strategies, how your team is going to look like in gaming 31. But on paper, I like those transfers. Smart marketing solutions. Thanks also again for joining the stream. But yeah. Okay, so with this poll we're done. Munoz won. This is going to be closer, I think. Who would you start, Elliot Anderson or Rogers? I have a feeling Elliot Anderson is going to win this poll, personally. But probably I'm still not going to play him over Rogers. And also XTI, if we're talking about great value, probably Mukiele was the one. Mukiele was the 4 million defender to get, and I got Alderete, but yeah, at the end of the day, both of them are great value, I think. But Mukiele definitely, with the attacking returns he got this season, he was just amazing. For anyone who got Mukiele, congrats. Uh, that was the play. That was the play. For next season, who will be the first 3 or 4 players in your team? Uh, woohoo. I mean, depending on the fixtures again. So I wanted to say Mohamed Salah. Probably not Mohamed Salah. Uh, Probably Erling Haaland. If he's still going to be at City, depending on the fixtures. Haaland is also every year he's starting the season well, and every year I'm starting with Mohamed Salah instead of Haaland. So probably I need to start with Haaland next season. And depending on how Liverpool are going to look, Alexander Isak, Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, these are going to be considerations. Other than that, I don't know, probably Gabriel from Arsenal. So Gabriel, Haaland, let's say Alexander Isak if he's going to get back in form. And I don't know, maybe Palmer if he's going to be fit. There are a lot of good players to consider, obviously. Arsenal, City, Liverpool players. Maybe Bruno Fernandes. Maybe Bruno Fernandes could be also have a place in my starting 11. But there are more than first 3 or 4 players, I would say. So Gabriel, Haaland, Alexander Isak, Ekitike, yeah, kind of that is. It really depends on the fixtures, though. Maybe João Pedro, who knows? Maybe it also depends on the fixtures, on the prices. If Alexander Isak, for an example, is going to have a much lower price, although I doubt it. Uh, yeah, he could have a place. I don't know. Everyone captaining Bruno on Twitter and in the FPL community makes me just, I don't know, captaining Ekitike. Yeah, shame we didn't see Isak this year. I mean, we're going to see some minutes from Alexander Isak probably from April, hopefully. But yeah, hopefully, probably we're not going to see the best version of Alexander Isak. So let's just try this for size. Let's see how it looks. We take it, captain. Yeah, 80% from 5 votes, 80% are saying that they would start Elliot Anderson instead of Rogers. Fair enough, fair enough. Probably that's the safest pick and the most logical decision to just start Elliot Anderson because he's going to get 4 or 5 points minimum against Fulham, I would say. But because of DEFCON, but I don't know. I kind of want to start. I kind of want to start Rogers. here. We have still 40 minutes. I don't know if we can get leak. Let me just think. What would I do if Haaland is benched? Though, am I going to sell Haaland if he's benched? I don't know. So I could sell Haaland to, I guess, João Pedro, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. I'm rolling with Haaland as captain. Wish me luck. I don't think Man United have played well recently. Bruno will get points, I'm sure, but Phil Haaland or Ekitike could hold this week. Yeah, agree. Definitely Haaland and Ekitike with better fixtures. Aston Villa, I know they were pretty bad against Chelsea, but if they could put up a fight against Man United, I think, Aston Villa. And United, as you said, weren't amazing in the last 3-4 fixtures. But Bruno is just a points magnet. I would say he could get a penalty without doing anything, and he could get maximum bonus points also, defensive contribution. So definitely, I think that Bruno Fernandes is the safer pick here. But yeah, with Ekitike and Haaland, it feels like they could get 2 goals, 3 goals, 2 goals, more likely than Bruno Fernandes for sure. Uh, Hi Ridwan, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Appreciate it. Start Rogers or Mbeumo. Also have Bruno Fernandes. I would start Mbeumo. I would start Mbeumo over Rogers, I think. Definitely, the fixture is at home. Yeah, I wouldn't care too much that you have also Bruno Fernandes, because Bruno Fernandes, you need to start him every gaming basically. But individually, if we compare Mbeumo and Rogers, I think that Mbeumo is slightly better. There is a chance also he could play as a number 9, maybe in some parts. So yeah, I would still start Mbeumo over Rogers. Whoops. Sorry guys, my light somehow dropped. Hmm? technical problems. Yeah, we good. We good now. Hello mate, hi Waris Manji, thanks a lot for joining the stream, really appreciate it. Hopefully you're doing fine. Thanks a lot guys for 24 likes. If you enjoyed the stream, also hit subscribe, hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content, really much appreciated. Are you locked on Captain Ekitike? I'm just trying it for size. I was kind of on Bruno Fernandes as a captain, but I don't know, seeing everybody captaining Bruno Fernandes just kind of makes me want to go for Ekitike. I think that Bruno Fernandes is the safest captaincy pick. Regarding minutes, obviously, if you want to go safe, just captain Bruno Fernandes. But Haaland, Ekitike, Bruno, you could argue about any one of them that they are good captaincy options. So I don't think that's a huge difference between them. At the moment, yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan, so hands up for me. But I really think that Ekitike could do some damage in that fixture against Spurs. Uh, what is the latest of Wilson? He's a doubt. He's expected to be ready, but yeah, I can't guarantee you that Harry Wilson is going to start or not. Probably he's going to. Read one. Thanks a lot for subscribing. Really appreciated. Uh, so I can guarantee you that Harry Wilson is going to start or not. It is a risk. If you're willing to take the risk to start him, just do it. But if you have, I don't know, a better player to start instead of Wilson, that's also okay. Uh, Hi Dennis, I have one free transfer and Haaland, Pedro, Thiago on top. Would you sell Haaland for Ekitike? Hi Thomas Soto, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Haaland, Pedro, Thiago on top. Would you sell Haaland for Ekitike? So just to sell Haaland for Ekitike as a single transfer, I don't think that's worth it personally, because if Haaland is starting, uh, he could easily outscore Ekitike this gaming. So I'm not sure. If you're also going to do something else with the money left, then maybe. But other than that, for most people, I think that keeping Haaland is the best idea probably. It's a good fixture again against West Ham away if he's going to start. The only problem is, yeah, we have some doubts obviously, because there are Champions League games with midweek. We could see some minutes being reduced for some players, but the truth is we don't know if Haaland is going to be benched or not. So yeah, it wouldn't be a surprise. And Ekitike also could have his minutes reduced a little bit. It's not just Haaland, though. Liverpool have more to play. Liverpool have more to play in the second leg against Galatasaray than City have to play against Real Madrid, I would say. So if one is more likely to be, I don't know, hooked out, probably is Ekitike. But he was rested also in the FA Cup, Ekitike, so who knows. What about Dominic Calvert-Lewin? Dominic Calvert-Lewin is also expected to be back. Uh, Again, Farke didn't help us a lot about Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I would say that he's going to start, but he's also doubt, just like Harry Wilson. But I don't know. I don't know. He could be on the bench. He could be on the bench. If you want to risk it, Waris Manji, uh, you can do that. 34 minutes till the deadline. Rodrigo Candido, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Hi Denis, how are you? Doing fine, thanks a lot for asking. Hopefully you're doing the same. Would you start Njae or Krupi? I would risk it. I would risk it with Krupi probably because Arsenal away is just the worst fixture you can get this season. And although Njae is a penalty taker and it doesn't feel great benching a penalty taker, probably I would risk it with Krupi against Burnley. Probably I would play Krupi, but again, if you want to go safe, play Njae. Waris, you just send me your team on Twitter. Okay, so let's take a look at your team. It's a mess currently, not knowing who will start, who will not have one free transfer, can remove Rice or Kevin Dewsbury Hall, but don't know your thoughts. Yeah, it is a little bit of a mess here. I'm not going to lie, Waris Manji. Haaland, Calvert-Lewin, Thiago. Yeah, I would just keep Rice. I would just keep Rice, obviously, for this game because you don't have a lot of players who you know they're going to start, like Rice. So yeah, what you can do, you can sell someone like Romero, I guess, to I don't know, to a Hill, to a Anderson, but Anderson is a doubt also. But you got to risk them. You got to risk playing Wilson and Calvert-Lewin here and hope that at least one of them is going to start, and then you're going to have Dewsbury Hall if, let's say, one is not going to start. So it's okay. And you have also Chow. So, I mean, you could roll. You could roll if you don't want to make a transfer. It is what it is. Just go with this team. If Wilson and Calvert-Lewin are not going to play, you have Dewsbury Hall and Chow, and that's it. Other than that, the team is still decent. It's not horrible. And I'm thinking of doing Dewsbury Hall to Tavernier. I mean, that's okay. That's okay, but yeah, I don't know. Transfers are really important and are going to be really important next gaming because you have players like Rice, Timber, Raya. These are going to blank. Uh, you have Haaland, Romero, and Romero. I'm not sure how many games he's going to miss. So you're going to have some problems next gaming if you're not going to use a free or a cheap. So So make sure you're sure what are going to do. Yeah, Tavernier is good this gaming, but is this going to help you, or are you going to have a headache next gaming also? Would you live stream World Cup Fantasy later? Uh, I mean, in the summer? Maybe. Yeah, I didn't thought about it, obviously. I don't think that I played another game, another fantasy game, but yeah, I could do some lives for the World Cup probably. Why not? Hi, Spidey. Thanks a lot for joining. I could do that if I'm going to get bored doing summer or something like that. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not even sure where exactly this channel is going. Uh, I wish I had more time to upload more videos and create more content, but sadly, with my job, with a lot of other responsibilities, I just don't have the time to, I don't know, upload the video every day. I just don't have the time to do that. And sadly, that's why if you saw guys in the last few weeks, I uploaded just my team selection and streaming on the deadline, and kind of that was it. But yeah, I wish I had more time to upload the video every week, but yeah, sadly, that's just not possible at the moment. Start Rogers or Enzo? Probably I will start Rogers, I think. Although probably a lot of people are not going to agree with me. I like. I probably would start Rogers. I don't know. Maybe that's just biased. I don't know. But Rogers blanking every gaming just makes me more tempted to just play him until he does something. Maybe that's a trap. But yeah. Who is better, Dango or Tavernier? Uh, Probably Tavernier. I would go for Tavernier instead of Dango. Mostly because he has the fixture against Burnley and his own penalties. So kind of that's it for me. Hi, Fords. Thanks a lot for joining. Captaining Haaland or Bruno? Haaland or Bruno? Probably Bruno, I would say. If you want to go safe, the safest captaincy pick is Bruno Fernandes because we know that he's going to play 90 minutes. Haaland, Ekitike, Thiago. Haaland, Ekitike, I don't know, are more risky a little bit, but I would say they are more likely to score multiple, to get you multiple attacking returns. And I kind of want to go a little bit different because I'm just seeing everyone captaining Bruno Fernandes, so that makes me want to captain Ekitike. But yeah, between Haaland, my captaincy was on Bruno before that, so probably I would captain Bruno if you're not captaining Haaland. Yeah, I would captain Bruno over Haaland probably. 26 likes. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot, guys, for the support. Last time Haaland, yeah, I know that last time Haaland played West Ham, he got a hat trick, but this is not the same version of Erling Haaland, I think. We saw in the beginning of the season when he scored 3 goals against everyone. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a different situation now. City are playing in the Champions League. They have they need to play against Real Madrid midweek. We just don't know how his minutes are going to be. So there is a little bit of uncertainty about Erling Haaland. And before that, we knew for sure that he was going to play 90 minutes. Now that's the only problem with Haaland. But if he's going to start and play 90 minutes, I would say he's the best captaincy option this week. Yeah, I agree with that, Sfords, but it just depends how sure are you about his minutes. at the end of the day. Do you think Roofs will be back for Gaming 31? Now, I don't know exactly what's the problem with Roofs. Let me just see something. Um, because I think that I missed that news. Roofs, Mukiele Venido will once again miss out in Gaming 30. So again, probably he's going to be back for Gaming 31, but yeah, I can't guarantee you that. So you just need to keep him and hope he's going to be available. So yeah. Hi RMTK. Hi Dennis Anderson or Anderson, one position on bench. I would play Elliot Anderson for sure because with him we know that he's going to play at least. Sam Maguire, thanks a lot for joining, guys. Really appreciate it. Hello, bro. Who would you start, Alderete or Anderson Fulham? I will start Alderete, I think, actually. Yeah, I will start Alderete because at least we know that he's going to start for sure. Good for DEFCON. Yeah, I wouldn't risk it with Anderson. Also, although I'm expecting Anderson to be back in the team, probably I will still start Alderete, I think. 21 minutes till the deadline. I bought Frimpong for Munoz. Do you think it's good move? I mean, if Frimpong is going to play against Spurs, then that's an amazing fixture for him, I would say. Again, slightly risk with Frimpong because Sobos like would play still as a right back. It really depends what slot is going to do, but I would expect Frimpong to start. Now, with Munoz again, if Munoz is going to start, I don't think that you should have done that move, but you don't know if Munoz is going to start or not. So yeah, it could be okay. It could be, yeah. Thank you, no problem, Sam Maguire. Make Kevin Dewsbury hold to Tavernier, hoping for the best. Good luck, What is Manji? Just make sure to start Tavernier if you bought him. Good luck this gaming. Raul Jimenez or Rogers. I think that Raul Jimenez is likely to. I don't know. He's a doubt because I think that his father passed out, so I'm just not sure if he's going to start or not. Probably I would start Rogers. In that case, Harshi. I have Kelleher and Dubravka. Would you do a keeper transfer? No. No, I mean, I have Kelleher and Dubravka myself. Why would you do a goalkeeper transfer? Kelleher has an amazing fixture against Wolverhampton this gaming, so yeah, Sam, Hanford, yeah, I don't see a reason to sell either Dubravka or Kelleher. Scrambled Asian. Should I be worried I'm starting Sanchez goalkeeper? I mean, a little bit of worry you need to have, but if you have a backup goalkeeper, yeah, just start Sanchez. Hope that he's going to start and have the second goalkeeper in place. It again, it's tough. It's tough to predict. I would say that Sanchez is going to be on the bench, maybe, but it's impossible to predict which goalkeeper Chelsea is going to start. Can you check once who to bench for Tavernier? So DCL or Wilson? I probably would bench Dominic Calvert-Lewin and start Wilson. Waris Manji. Uh, no, sorry, I meant Roofs and Dubravka. Do I do a keeper transfer? Probably not. Probably not at the moment. This gimmick is okay. I mean, Dubravka is playing against Bournemouth. Just play Dubravka. And if Roofs is going to be back, then you have him also. But yeah, he's playing against Newcastle in Game 31, so it's not helpful. But yeah, I don't think that you should sell Roofs or Roefs just for that. Play Dubravka is fine. I'm going to send the team on X. Going to take a look on that. And would you start 2-3? So 2 from 3. Enzo, DCL, Munoz. I think that I would start. I think that I would start Enzo and Munoz personally, but it's a coin flip with DCL Munoz. We don't know if both of them are going to start or not. So yeah, just pick your champion. Hi Dennis, are you confident Wirtz start? Personally, yes, Liquor FC. Now there is a slight risk, but I kept Wirtz for the last 5 fixtures when he didn't even feature for me, so I have to start him. I have to start him. There is a chance Florian Wirtz could be on the bench, but so be it. I'm just going to play him. As I'm thinking of benching Enzo. I mean, you could bench Enzo, but what can I say? With DCL, you could bench Enzo, okay, play DCL and Wilson, and hope that none of them is going to be on the bench and came in for 10 minutes. And that could be also okay. So let's see the team. 2 free transfers, 0.8 in the bank. Tennessee Anderson, Gabriel, Diouf Esteve, Raya Wilson, Belmo, Fernandez Enzo, Raul, Thiago. As I said before, probably I would play Rogers instead of Raul. I mean, I'm just not sure if Raul is going to start, so I can't give you a guarantee here. If he's going to, you can start Raul Jimenez, because if he's playing 90 minutes, I prefer him to Rogers. And if he's not going to feature, probably he's not going to feature at all, and you're just going to get Rogers. Other than that, if let's say Wilson is not going to feature, you get Diouf from the bench. Probably here I would have Esteve instead of Diouf on the bench. although none of these teams probably are going to keep a clean sheet. So, yeah, you have some doubts here. You have Anderson, you have Wilson. Yeah, some players could be on the bench here for you, but your team is okay. 2 free transfers. You could sell maybe, I don't know. You could sell Diouf to Heal or something like that, but I'm just not sure. Whoops. Vukek also, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. 2 free transfers, 3 millions in the bank. Wildcard 32, bench boost 33. Yeah, I would just roll probably with this team, and probably I would start Goodmanson instead of. I would have Goodmanson first on the bench instead of Tarkovsky, but I would just roll with this team. You have 3 in the bank, okay. With 3 in the bank, what can you do? You could do Rice to Florian Wirtz if you want. Uh, because yeah, obviously you need to get rid of Rice at some point. So Rice to Wirtz, Rice to Palmer are options. Guyu to João Pedro is another option. Yeah, kind of that is. I mean, you're keeping Dango, Wilson, Bruno, and Belmo. Yeah, you're keeping those. So it's just Rice. You could do Rice to Tavernier if you want. I mean, but yeah, Rice to Florian Wirtz, Soboslai, Palmer, Vukek. 12 minutes, guys. Make sure you lock in your teams. Hello, can you check mine? Does my transfer save after wildcard or they reset to 0? They are going to be safe. So for an example, you're going to have 3 free transfers in game week 31, right? And then you're going to have 4 free transfers before game week 32. If you're going to wildcard 32, then in game week 33 you're going to have still 4 free transfers. Now, what you need to keep in mind here is you're going to have the same amount of free transfers you had before using the wildcard, but you can't have more than 5. You can't save more than 5 free transfers. Hey matey, hi Mr. Blanky, thanks a lot for joining the stream, really appreciate it. Also thanks guys for 13 likes. Banerjee, who shall I start? Rogers or Krupi Juniors? Uh, that's a really tough question. If you want to risk it, start Krupi Juniors. What I would do, probably I would risk it with Krupi Juniors, considering that they're playing against Burnley. But if you want to go safe, just start Rogers. Enzo Rogers, I would play Rogers. Would you bench Enzo, Hill, or Anderson? I would bench. Definitely, I wouldn't bench Hill. And between Enzo or Elliot Anderson, probably I would play Elliot Anderson over Enzo, I think. But it's really close. Sam Hartford. Who are you captaining at the moment, Ekitike? Jamie Stravik. Send my team on X. Who to start, Anderson or Alderete? Alderete, I think, Mr. Blanky, because I'm just not sure if Anderson is going to start. And even if Anderson is going to start, he's playing away, right? And Alderete is playing at home. Both are good for DEFCON. Chance of a clean sheet are pretty much the same for both of them. Sam Hanford, I don't see your team on Twitter. If you send it to me, yeah, I don't see it. Let me refresh here. Yeah. Uh, tell me your name, Sam, because I just don't see the notification. Which two to play, Wilson Anderson or Dewsbury Hall? I would play Wilson and Elliot Anderson instead of Dewsbury Hall. Hi Dennis, long time no see. Hi Dexter, thanks a lot for joining. Yeah, it feels forever since Gaming 29. Agree. What's your Twitter name? Dennis underscore FPL, but you have the links into my description. I think that I have also the link. Yeah, now I see you're following me. I'm just going to give you a follow back, so maybe that way we can actually see. Should I swap Rivers, Rogers for Tavernier for -4 for sure now? No, I wouldn't sell Rogers for -4 because he has a good fixture in Gaming 31. I just don't see a reason to do that. Personally, that's just my opinion. Yeah, now I see it. 1 free transfer, 0.2 in the bank. Yeah. Probably I would have Calvert-Lewin first on the bench, maybe instead of Enzo. But yeah, I agree. He's a doubt, obviously. Gabriel Van Dijk, Gil Munoz, Belmo, Fernandes, Semenyo, Anderson, Haaland, Thiago. Yeah, the team looks great. Now, between Enzo and Anderson and Calvert-Lewin, it's really close. It's really close because I don't know. Enzo has a tougher fixture. Calvert-Lewin is on penalties. Anderson is good for DEFCON. Anderson is the safe pick probably, who's likely going to get DEFCON and get you minimum 3, 4, 5 points, even 6 points. But yeah, Enzo also at home to Newcastle. Not such a bad fixture, playing as a number 10. Yeah, it's really tough, but I wouldn't make a transfer anyway for your team, Sam Hanford, if that's helpful. Uh, but yeah, probably I would start Anderson as a safe option. I guess we're not going to get any leaks today. Do you think it's good to ban Ekitike for Anderson? No, why would you ban Ekitike, man? Why would you ban Ekitike? No. For either Anderson, Ekitike is one of the best players to have this gaming. I'm captaining Ekitike, so Lazinho, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Yeah, I wouldn't ban Ekitike for anyone, basically. Maybe for I don't know. I don't even know for which player I would ban Ekitike. Uh, 5 free transfers. Also have no strategy or anything. Haven't played the game in a few weeks. If free next week, good. I don't think that I would use the free next week personally. And also, what happens to existing 5 free transfers? You need to use some transfers because you're going to get stuck at 5. So you can have 6. You're going to have 5 next game week also. But I would advise you to try to use at least 1 or 2 this game week, Dexter. Don't burn the transfers. I don't think that your team is that amazing. Raul is a doubt for this game week, as I said before. Yeah, okay, so no. Uh, I mean, probably I would play Gabriel Saliba. Maybe, yeah, maybe Heaven to Heal could be a transfer, or maybe sell Rice or Enzo to Tavernier, something like that, or Soboslai if you want, or Miley to Soboslai or Tavernier if possible. But yeah, pretty much that's it. Other than that, your team is okay with Haaland, Ekitike. 2 minutes till the deadline. Make sure you lock in your teams, guys. Uh, Mate, start Dubravka or Sanchez. I would start Sanchez. Start Sanchez because if he's not going to play, you're going to get Dubravka anyway. So yeah, but I would rather start Sanchez against Newcastle than Dubravka, I think. Have no clue about fixtures or anything, purely trusting your advice. Thanks. No problem, no problem. I mean, Tavernier is playing against Burnley, so yeah. Liverpool have a good fixture against Spurs. You can buy some Liverpool players. Bournemouth are playing Burnley, so it's a good idea to buy some players from them. But still, you have 5 free transfers, so you can do pretty much whatever you like, and you're still going to be in a good position. You don't need to use all of them. Definitely don't use all of your transfers, but you think getting Sarri is worth it? Personally, no. Start Wilson or Cunha. I would start Wilson. Captain Bruno or Haaland. Bruno Dexter probably. Yeah, make sure you lock in your teams. Deadline is almost over. Yeah, we're done. We're done. I'm captaining Ekitike. It is what it is. Let's go. Let's go. What could go wrong, right? Everything, I guess, but yeah, we are locked in. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. Good luck if you're leaving. Leave a like also. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. And thanks a lot for being here with me today. Really appreciate it. Um Good luck, bro. Thanks a lot, Ahil Sayed. I have Captain Saliba. Wasn't able to change all, or what could go wrong? Yeah, I mean, what could go wrong? He could just score 2 goals, Saliba, I guess. Started Enzo in DCL, bench Wilson. Good luck, Waris Manji. Good luck, everyone. This gaming really appreciated. Really appreciate the support. I'm starting Munoz, I'm captaining Kitike, I'm benching Elliot Anderson to Morgan Rogers. What could go wrong, really, this gaming? Um, yeah, good luck, everyone. I think that I'm going to end the stream here because I'm a little bit hungry. Didn't have enough time to eat. Hopefully Liverpool destroys Spurs and come back versus Galatasaray. I pray that's going to be the case. Ahil Sayed, hopefully that's going to happen. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining. Really appreciated. Bro, I already got 4 reds in a row. Looking like another red coming. Best of luck to you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot again. Sometimes you can't do anything. You need to have some luck in this game also. So yeah, time's up. My team is locked in. This was my team for Gaming 30. This was my deadline stream. Thanks a lot for everyone for joining me. Really appreciate the support. Really appreciate you watching my content. Bench Enzo for Rogers and Captain Salah. Good luck. Good luck. Good. Really excited for you, Ahil Sayed. Honestly, hopefully Mohamed Salah is going to smash it. Do you think from next Tudor will also start making teams since he won't have a job? Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Hopefully he doesn't have a job after that Liverpool performance against Spurs this gaming. So thanks a lot, Dexter, Rahil Sayed, Waris Manji, Akshabat, Ibrahim Ayali. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining. Good luck, everyone. Take care. Have a nice weekend, and yeah, enjoy your weekends. See you next time. Bye.